Okay, today I'm gonna try to make a video about switching over the front drive pulley of a V-Star 1300. That's a 30-tooth pulley. Gonna switch it over to a 31 that typically comes off of a Stryker. Here she is right here. That's the OEM part number. And there's that beautiful girl right there. So what I did is I first started off, of course, loosening this big bad boy over here, which is a 27 millimeter. If you don't have one of those, go buy one. Had to remove the exhaust as well, just to get at this. I would recommend just taking it off and getting it out of the way. Just don't fuck with it, just move it. Then went ahead and blocked the tire. Got a piece of metal there. It's actually from a floor jack. And then I did put it in gear, and then as I went to get this this nut off, it just kind of rolled forward a little bit, and then with the drag of it, with the bar and being in there, I was hoping it would take a little tension off the belt, and it popped right loose. This bad boy here is a 30 millimeter. So I guess head on down to your local Napa or whatever, and the only thing I saw available in that size was the black impact size or impact style sockets. So here, I'm just gonna pause it for here. So what you're gonna take off first is gonna be this pretty thing, cover. That comes off because normally that's on there. There's some 7 millimeter bolts or screws rather that are holding that on. And then this cover is going to be underneath it. It's really the other one is just kind of a beauty cover. This is the one that actually is the nice solid metal. It's got some more 7 millimeters that you take off, and it's fitted on there on these little. These little nipples right here. There's one there and one right there. So you gotta kind of wiggle her off a little bit. Don't worry, it'll come off. Just kind of wiggle it back and forth and ease it off. Don't get too crazy and wedge something in there and try to pry it off and fuck these up. Just kind of wiggle it back and forth, she'll come loose. So I went ahead and I broke this loose already. What I'm going to do next is go ahead and loosen these bad boys here. Something you're going to want to do is make sure to take note of where that was before, that measurement as far as where this was, so you can kind of maybe gauge it a little bit and go ahead and check out where your belt is. So I got my whole bike off the floor, so it's probably going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a little different or not. Probably not. But so you can get an idea, because you're going to have to retension this thing, and it's going to be in a slightly different position, because I'm putting out a bigger pulley, slightly bigger pulley than this one. This sweet girl right here. So I'm going to take a break for a sec. So then after you get that nut broke loose on there, you're going to want to have yourself a breaker bar as well. So you're going to come here and you're going to want to move this, of course, forward to loosen up the tension on your belt down here. So this is for a little 12 millimeter wrench. I loosen this up, you back it off, and then you turn her up like this. So you can bring that forward. Get her nice and loose. And then you can see how loose the belt is getting here. And you're going to want to do it, of course, to the other side as well. Whoops, wrong way. Got that loose. And there we go. She's just coming forward. And after you got those loose, the tire will, see, she slides. This thing's on wheels, so she slides around a little bit, but so you can see it just goes ahead, slides forward is all you got to do. So you don't want to slide that forward enough. This one I already slid forward. See how much she moves. So that belt is loose and you'll be able to slide this one right off. So as you can see how much smaller that is now. And you look at the where the mark was, see it right there, and how much farther I've slid this forward. And then also I didn't do quite as much on the other side, but it's definitely moved quite a bit. Before you go ahead and do this, I would recommend maybe just for fun, take a picture of that spot. And of course this one and this one. Sorry if I already said that, but then, so that provides enough tension to get the belt so you can get it kind of up and over what you have there and take off this old one and slide the new one on there. So I'm going to do that quick. And there she is. I just kind of wiggled the belt out of the way. She does fit snugly on there, so just kind of wiggle it back and forth a little bit, and she'll go back on. So then go ahead and fit your belt back around there, and then we'll mess again with the back end. Quick note, I did find that it was easier to slide the belt around this and then slide it the rest of the way into place, because some of the other bolts that kind of hold that whole thing on there get in the way of the belt a little bit. So now I'm just going to snug up the screw on there. I'll probably end up using some red Loctite on it before I snug it down all the way. But I'm just going to snug it up a little bit and start kind of messing with this back end. You'll see how far I had to bring that forward to make that work. So next, what you're going to want to do after you get all that on there is you're going to want to bring this screw back out. Again, it's a little 12 millimeter wrench, and you're going to want to wrench on it until it pushes this out to the tension that you want here. Kind of remembering where that went, where that was before in there. If you look in the manual, it says to have the tension somewhere. It's like almost like in between here, down to here. I've read that it's okay for the belt to be on the looser side than it is on the too tight side. But you could also get a tensioner. There's the little thing that you buy that can push up on this and tell you what the tension is. I don't have one, so I'm going to eyeball it. But for now, I'm going to work on these sides and bring this, like I said, all the way back out and start putting tension on it with this screw before then I tighten it back forward with this other one here. All right, so I got this tension back out to where I want it. It's just about to where the old belt was. Probably can't see that too well, but anyway. And this is all on, again, shiny new pulley. So I'm gonna go ahead and torque this back down. So this again is a 30 millimeter, and you torque it to 100 even, 100 pounds. Okay, so that's all done. Then we come around again to the rear. That's a 27 millimeter again, and then we torque that down to 110. All right, so that's all torqued, 110 pounds. So yeah, now you can go ahead and put your muffler back on, and I had my bags pulled off and all that anyway, but so it's all done. Go ahead and put your cover back on, and then the chrome cover as well with all those 7 millimeter screws, and give her a try. Take her out for a spin, see what you think, and hopefully you'll like it. So, anywho, thanks. Yeah, bye. Quick note, I totally lied. All those little screws are 5mm, not 7. So, yeah, sorry.